right, guys, here we go. Episode, whatever episode this is. Today's a big day, man. Um, we are publishing our books today. Well, we're not publishing them, but we are uploading them. And I'll show you why we're not publishing them just yet when we get there. All right. So, first thing we need to do is jump into our drive. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, I guess I should have said I'm Chris, your host, your fabulous writing friend. Let's go to start. And please subscribe to my channel and blah, 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 blah. I don't want to waste a lot of time because, man, we got lots to do today. All right, so first thing we need to do, we've already created all of our extra content. We've created our table of contents. We've gotten our ISBN and all that kind of shit. So now, oh, and done our cover, right? Our cover's awesome. So what we want to do is, come on, buddy. All right, I say take all your stuff and put it in a specific place to hold on to it, right? So first of all, our cover. We're going to download this. And let's save that. Uh, let's do this over in my trash directory. There it is. Create a new folder because I'm all about organization, although my wife wishes I do that around the house. All right, we'll just put PD publish, which I think I misspelled. Yeah, I threw an 8 in there. Okay, boom. Then we're going to go Kindle, new folder, Kindle, and we'll throw it in there. There's our cover. All right, for both of these, all we need are the covers and the and our file. Now, you can't upload a Google Docs file, so we're going to have to open this and let's put it in Word. Um, and gotta wait for it to finish loading. I try to upload my docs as Word when I can. Sometimes there's some weird formatting issues, and in that case, I'll switch it over to a PDF. But we'll see how this goes. Oh, there we go. All done. So, file, download. We're gonna download both a Word and a PDF version, just so we've got it if we need it. So save as, Kindle, save. All right, and then let's do a PDF as well. Blah, 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 download PDF document. Oh, actually, I don't like doing it that way, but yeah, I guess that's fine. Save as PDF Kindle. There we go. That's what we want. Okay, now let's get out of here. And let's go back. And we go to our paperback. We want to do the same old thing. So go to our cover. Right. Here's the final picture. Let's download that. Save as. Move one up. And new folder. Paperback. Which I just fucked up again. Paperback. There we go. All right. Open that up. Throw that there. Go back one. Dun, 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 and open this up. And as soon as that loads. Now there's a lot of waiting and stuff as things upload and all, so we'll be jumping back and forth through this video as we go. Oh, I'm so excited. Are you excited? Can you feel the tension in the air? Oh, it's a joy. All right, and then save file. We're going to download as a Word doc. Save it as paperback. I don't know why it's doing that, but we're gonna bloop, 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 bloop. Do that. Save. And next we're going to download it as a PDF, as we say in the biz. And I want to change the formatting. And I just want to go, well, we'll take care of that in a second. Okay, that's all done. So we can get out of here. Let's bring our folder up. Nope. Go back to trash. Go to our folder. And I'm just going to change this title. Um, I don't want that formatting there. And it doesn't even matter, but it just bothers me. All right, same thing here. All right, and we'll just call this Penny Dreadful PB cover. All right, just jump into Kindle, change that. Again, this is not, come on. Kindle. Kindle. And Dreadful, what did I say? K cover. Okay, there we go. All set. So once we do that, you go to wherever you're going to publish it. And listen, that's the first decision you need to make. Uh, is where you're going to publish. And for me, I use Amazon. I like using Amazon. Um, um, First of all, when it comes to ebooks, it's the largest service there is for ebooks, right? So you're uh, going to have the widest possible audience there. Um, Now, you can publish other places as well, or instead. I don't know why you would do it instead, but you could do Amazon, and I think Walden Books has one, and I don't know, there's a bunch of them. Or you can do Amazon Select. That's the program I like to do, which means I'm going to, for a minimum of 6 months, I'm only going to uh, have my books on Amazon. Now, I leave them there forever. The Amazon is the only place I do it. Why would I do that? Well, um, first off, you get a better deal. Sign in as me. You get a better deal as far as your profits on ebooks. Normally you get 30% profit when Amazon sells one of your ebooks if you're publishing in different places. But if you promise to only publish on Amazon, you'll get 70% of the profits. Um, Additionally, you get to enter your book into um, Kindle Unlimited, right? Which is people pay $14 a month, and I think it's 14, and there's a huge list of books that they can read, and they can read them all for no additional cost. And putting your book in there gets a much wider audience for you because maybe somebody doesn't want to pay $4 or $5 for you as an author for your book if they don't really know who you are, but they're already paying their 14, $15. So if they like your cover, like the whatever you've got on there, um, uh, they may be more likely to read it. And I will say, once the initial I pop my books out, and once the initial couple months go by, after that I make most of my monthly uh, royalties off of Kindle Unlimited. And the way they pay you there is nice. You get paid every time one page of your book is read. And what's that? It's less than a cent. I don't know what it is. It's probably a tenth of a cent or something like that. But if somebody only reads half your book and then puts it down, you still get paid for that half a book, right? So it's a good deal. And then additionally, you get some promotional stuff, like you have the right to um, give your book away for free for up to 5 days. In that 6 month period, when you join Select, it's based on 6 month periods. Your contract with them. Um, why would you want to give your book away free? Well, especially if you've got multiple books. So, for instance, like I've got this series, right? Part of it's in Dirty Little Secrets. It continues in Little Idiots. It continues in Stealing Destiny. Maybe I give Dirty Little Secrets away for free for 5 days. People love the story and they want more of the series, so they'll go buy my other two books. That's pretty dang good. Um, maybe uh, essentially it's to raise your readership. Maybe nobody's buying your book, right? You're sitting there, you're not getting any reviews, nobody's buying it. So why not give it away free for 5 days and maybe you'll get a few reviews out of that. When I've given my books away for, I haven't done it in a while, I should do it again. But when I've done that, I usually give away 600 books and I get a few reviews out of that. And I gain readers, so there are definitely reasons to do it. It's free marketing you can do. Well, here we are in KDP. This is where you're going to publish both your paperback and I think you can do hardbacks here. I don't do them. You can also do your ebook here. If you've been doing this a long time like I have, KDP used to be just for ebooks, and then paperbacks were done in another place Amazon did called Create Space. Um, Create Space they got rid of. They moved that ability into KDP. And so if you had books on Create Space, I just saw somebody ask this question in one of the Reddit groups the other day. They're like, hey, I had my stuff in Create Space, but Create Space is gone now. How do I find those books? Well, they transferred all of those books over to KDP. So you should have them. When you get there, you got a couple options here. You got bookshelf, right? And that's just going to show every book you published. Um, it's going to show if it's live or not. Uh, Here's my ebook. Here's my paperback. Here's what I'm charging. There's what I'm charging. Kindle Book Actions. I can do the promote and advertise. That's where I told you I can give my book away for free for however many days. You don't have to do 5 days in a row. You could do just 2 days and then 3 days later do two other days or whatever. And you don't have to do it at all if you don't want to. It's also where you order your author copies. And so you get your author copies. This is for paperback, obviously. You uh, get your author copies for what it costs you to print your book, and we'll see how that works in a little bit. But so, for instance, if I when I used to do conventions, right? Or if you're doing a signing party, or if you just want to sell some books, you order here, you get them your author copies at your price, and then you can sell them for whatever you want, right? This way you can autograph them if you want, or any of that kind of stuff. But for now, that's not what we're doing. Oh, yeah, and also you got reports where you can actually look and see run reports on how many books did I sell today or yesterday or this month or a year or all time, right? And you can look at your books individually or you can look at them collectively. So however you want to do that. There's also community, which I don't know. I never use. I guess that shows you, gives you an area where you can talk with other authors, and then there's marketing where you can look at ways to do your ads and stuff if you want to do that. My ear itches, sorry. Um, I'm not interested in any of that. So let's go to create. We're going to start with our ebook. All right. So create its Kindle ebook. Now they've made some changes here, so we may struggle through a little bit of this together. So it's going to be English, right? My book title is what the hell is my book title? It's Penny Dreadful. All right. Subtitle. I don't do subtitles. You might have like I have a friend who does uh, this series of books. He just did a book called Chopped, and it's part of this series he's starting about this detective, Jack Trevally. Hey, Mike Hill. And so his subtitle would be a Jack Trevally mystery, right? That's what he calls his series. Um, so he would have Chopped here and then a Jack Trevally mystery or whatever it is. Okay, if it is a series, you can add it there. This one is not. And honestly, even with my other books, I don't usually list them as being a series. I don't know. I just never do. Edition number. If this was a title I already had, but you're doing a new edition, maybe I took one of my old books and I added a shit ton of pictures, drawings in it, right? With one new story or something. If it was like my anthology, right? I would put this would probably be edition two, right? Um, Now the important thing is if you're doing a new edition, it needs a new ISBN. You can't use the same one you already had. All right. Primary author is me. Oops. Minori. That's me. All right. There are no contributors, so we ignore that. Description. Well, I got my. If you're smart. Let's open a new one so I don't get rid of that. Let's go blah 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 blah. File. And I just run down to my. I think I get to it faster here. Images. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And go to Penny Dreadful. Go to blurb and PD blurb. No. And this is my blurb. So we copy that, do that, do that, do that, drop that in here, and boom, boom. Okay. And so this is my shit saying if it wants, but I'm leaving it exactly as is. Make sure you don't have mistakes in here. Um, and so this is what when you go to Amazon and look at your uh, go to Amazon, you look at your book once the page for it is set up. This is how it's going to describe it. It comes right in here. Okay. All right. I own this copyright. It is not adult only. Every one of my other um, books has been adult only. You don't want if you've got. I mean, look, you know if it's a children's book or if it's not, or a teenager's book or if it's not. Um, don't lie on here to try to widen your audience. If you do this incredibly bloody sexual novel and you put that it's not adult only, and Amazon figures that out, somebody gets it, reads it to their kid, and then gets offended and goes and complains to Amazon, they'll pull your book. And I have heard, I don't know this for certain, but I have heard that they have banned certain authors who have done that. Anyway, minimum age to me is probably maybe 8. I really wrote this for teens, young teens, but we're going to say 8, and we're going to change that to 18 plus. Okay, so 8 to 18 plus. I think that's a good age. We got to change that to 7. Now let's leave it at 8. Doesn't mean they can't purchase it more, but that's kind of what you recommend. Primary marketplace. You can choose Amazon. You could choose a different Amazon if you want. Now we will see. You can actually sell. to a lot of these at the same time, but our primary marketplace for me, I'm in the US, Amazon.com. Um, my bank is in the US. I should make that very clear. I live in Panama, but my bank is in the US, and that's what they're going by is what bank, because they actually have some countries that if you have a bank in that country, they won't support you. It's kind of based on where they're going to be paying your royalties to. All right, categories. Let's choose three categories. Category one, I would say is yeah, children's ebooks. Subcategory, um, well, I don't know about children's. Is there a young adult? That's what it really is. Teen and young adult. That's what we want. And then I could do it as historical fiction, but I don't think I will. What else is here? Oop, what else is here? Art, music, comics, education, hobbies, horror. I wish they had like science fiction and fantasy. Let's do that. And then one more subcategory, and we'll put it as fantasy. Okay. Oh, look, we got another one. What else do we have? Myths and legends, fairy tales and folklore, or yeah, I don't like any of that. Fantasy, gosh, we could go with general. We could go with historical because it is kind of historical as well. We could also do magic realism, but I don't think I can put them more in one. Oh, look at that, I can. All right, let's do that. There we go. There's our three. Okay, and we're not going to use that subcategory. So here's where they're being placed. Magical realism. I don't even know what that means actually. Let's maybe remove magical realism and put mysteries, I think is better. Okay. Blurp, blurp, blurp. Say wizards and witches. That actually fits too. I think that's even better since I have witches and kids love wizards. Okay, and witches. So let's save those. There we go. There's our categories. Keywords. It says optional. Don't make it optional. It's very important. These are the things when people search for that your book will respond to those searches, right? So what's one? Well, let's do fantasy, right? Let's do time travel, right? So I think you can do more than one word. Um, say magic. Let's throw in um, comedy or humor. Humor or comedy? Humor. Type in humor. What else? Teen. Um, what else can we do here? Fantasy, humor, history, right? And what else? Should do one more. Use all seven. All right. Blah 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 blah. Gosh, we need one more. History, humor, time travel, magic. What else do we have? There must be one more thing we can use. Talking ducks? Probably not. That's probably a very niche market. All right, let's put witches. Okay. All right, we're gonna go with those. Now, I am ready to release my book now. And that doesn't mean now, this second. That means when you submit it for publication, right? It takes up to 72 hours to go live. You can't do anything while that's going on. You can't make edits or anything. Or you can make it available for pre-order. I don't usually do that. Um, I really prefer to, I don't know, maybe I should make it for pre-order. What do we want to do? Yeah, we're going to leave it here. I'm ready to release my book now. Or should we? Gosh, it's such a decision, isn't it? What does this say? Yeah, pre-order what you offer customers. I don't know. The thing is, it's going to be out in a few weeks. I guess let's make a pre-order. I've never done that before. Oh, yeah. Okay. We don't. I don't want to do that because I don't know exactly what the date's going to be. I'm just going to stick with that for now. Save and continue. Done. Okay. Now, first, we got to upload. Here's this is important. Here's where we're uploading our content. And the first is thing that is to upload your ebook manuscript, right? They'll tell you what it can be. It can be a KPF. Don't even know what that is. It's probably a KDP thing. EPUB, which is a standard. It's kind of the standard for ebooks, or DocX, which is Word file, right? No, you cannot do a PDF, right? All right. One of the things they ask is, do you want to add digital rights management, DRM, on this Kindle book? All right. It's intended to inhibit unauthorized distribution. It stops it from being pirated. However, let me tell you now, do pirates get around DRM? Always, they always do. You can't stop your book from being pirated if somebody wants to pirate it. What this DRM, it's a little glitchy at times, and the only people it's going to affect are your actual readers. When they try to look at it and the DRM for some reason flags it as being pirated for no reason, right? So I cannot say highly enough, do not do DRM. All right, let's upload our book. We already know where it is. It's in trash. Blah, 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 PD Publish, Kindle, and let's upload that doc. All right, this thing's going to upload. It's going to, yeah, save successful, but it's still processing, noticing that. But we can go ahead and add our cover that we have. So let's upload that, upload our cover file. There it is. Open. All right, it's uploading it, and then it will also start processing. Okay, so that's successful, but it's not done. We can't actually move on. We're going to be using this previewer, but we can't do it just yet because it's still converting our file. May take a few minutes. It's going to take a little bit. So I am going to pause this here. It's 11:22. Let's see how long it takes for this stuff to actually go. Okay, bye for this second. I'm not saying bye. I'll see you in a minute. Okay, so everything's uploaded, but we got our first error here. We're going to get a few of these, so don't worry about them. Okay, it says it's missing a table of contents. However, we've added a table of contents. So let's first double check our work and make sure that this file has a table of contents in it. All right, there's that, there's that, there's that, there's that, that, and there it is, table of contents. So I don't know why it thinks, what if I control click, and it takes me there. So I don't know why it's saying I don't have one. I've seen things saying, oh, you've got to have a bookmark, you got to this or that, but I do. So we're going to leave that as is for the moment, and we'll see how it looks on the Kindle Previewer. All right, they found 3 possible spelling errors. That's nice. So every one of these you want to, once you're done, and paperback has one too, you're going to launch your Previewer. And basically, this is going to show you how it will look on either, yeah, 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 I get it. Yeah, okay, next. All right, continue. All right, so here's how my book's going to look, right? And this is on a tablet. Now, you can change to a phone or Kindle e-reader, but I always go with tablet. Man, realistically, I probably should do all of them. Seeing it doesn't show that. Well, let's see. So we start with, here's our picture, right? There's that, and that looks good. Although, honestly, oh yeah, no, that's fine. I forgot this is Kindle. You don't have to worry about margins quite as much as. Oh, I gotta fix that. Shit. Okay, so there's the first thing is I meant to get rid of that D, so we're gonna have to fix that. But let's go back and just keep looking. We'll have to fix it there. Um, we need to actually, on the Kindle version, we need to remove that ISBN because that's not the ISBN we're using. All right, it's how that looks. See, we have them here. What happens if I click on one? All right, so as far as I can tell, that's working. I'm not going to worry about that error. Um, anyway, let's go back to, let's go to one again. Okay, boom. And, well, it's not going back. Okay, that's fine. So let's just keep looking. We want to, yep, the chapters look good. The margins are working fine on here. All right, so since we're going to have to do it again, we're going to stop here as I fix this. So let's open up. Where's that? Pull this back. Oh, man, I shouldn't have closed that. God dang it. Fortunately, it saves where you were, as I'll show you in a minute. All right, come back here and go up here, go up here. Let's fix that. There were a couple things to fix here. Fix that. All right, fix that. And get rid of this. Although, honestly, I almost feel like I'd rather fix it in. I'm going to fix it because I don't want to have my online versions being fucked up. So what we're going to do is we're going to delete these. All right, and then we're going to go back up to here, go there. Oh wait, as long as we're here, let's make sure. Did we fuck this one up too? Although I almost feel like I want to. Oh, you can't do that as well here. All right, Penny Dreadful. That's fine. We'll do it like this. Change that. This version, we do want to keep the ISBN in. Okay, so now that we've done that, we're going to go File, Save it. Is there a better thing we can use here? Let's see. I think I have an extension for fonts. Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, okay. Yes, okay. Wow. I had done this before. I don't know why I lost it. Maybe because I'm on a different PC now. So the way Google Docs works, you only have the limited specific fonts, and for new fonts, you really kind of have to you have to how's that look? Use an extension. Uh, yeah, I might go with that. I think. Let's see if they have the one I like that I used on the cover, which is show something. Show, show. It's like showcase or something. Secular scope one, C1, chanting. It doesn't look like they have that one here, so we're just going to go with this one. Get back up. Go back to, what the hell font was it? It was Amica. There it is, Amida. And we're going to change this as well. There we go. So, yeah, that's cute. All right. Well, we can put whatever kind of font we want on our book pages because it's just going to print it the way we've got it. So File, Download, Microsoft Word, we'll do it again. Let's do it again. Save as, paperback, right there. Just overwrite it. Yep, overwrite it. Now real quick, let's just double check that. And I'll go back one, paperback, and paperback docx. Looks good, looks good, looks good. Penny Dreadful. See, it doesn't like that font apparently, but that's okay. Well, I'm not going to worry too much about that. It's just the front page and the ISBN. Okay, let's close that and let's get rid of that. Now, let's go back to Kindle. Oh, well, go to Kindle, Kindle. Kindle. Fix that. Here. What font is that? Georgia. Okay, I like Georgia. That'll work. Change that. And we're going to remove, oops, too far. Remove the ISBN. Okay. Now, let's download that. All right, and we're going to go back to here because I forgot to change the name. Oh, no, that's good. That's right. We overwrote it. Okay, so that's that. Let's go back to our Kindle. And now, see, it's up here because we started it, right? So we're going to continue setup. All right. Penny Dreadful. Yeah, we got all our stuff. It's saved here. It looks good. Save and continue. It should take us back to our content. Here it is. All right, we're going to re-upload. We're not going to upload the cover file. We don't have to. That's good. But we're going to re-upload on Kindle. All right. That's uploading. While we're waiting, we'll go ahead and take a break while it processes it, which it's doing now. And it's going to have to reprocess both of these, so it'll take a little bit again, and then we'll be back. And we're back. And so, we wound up getting, if I go back here, we wound up getting that, oh, get out of there. We wound up getting that error again. And I think I figured out, so here's what I think is going to happen. The clickable links will work. We already saw that in the previewer. However, um, I think what's going to happen is in Kindle, when you open a book, you can click up to top and you can get, it gives you kind of a directional, you can click on to go wherever you want. And one of those is table of contents. And I think what will happen is this will show us a blank table of contents. It's going to show everything correctly, but if you try to tell the Kindle to go to your table of contents, it's not even going to know there's one there. And so we're going to try something that I think I read should fix this. So we're going to take table of contents and we're going to insert bookmark. Is that what we want to do? Right there, I think. Or do I need to highlight all that? I think that's it. What does this copy link do? All right. So now let's try this again. We're going to go and see how this works. File, download, Microsoft Word, save as, um, Kindle, yes. Okay, and we're going to see if that works. So we're going to re-upload and see if it still gives me that error. And if not, then I might just give up on it and not really care too much because it's just a table of contents. I don't care too much. All right, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, let's come back here and I'm going to go ahead and upload again and we'll see what happens. Okay, back in a mo. Okay, so here's what's going on. Notice it's still giving me this error, and I've tried everything I could think of, or tried following stuff to make sure. I even tried using Kindle Create to recreate the table of contents, and then I don't see any way to add that bookmark named TOC. So um, I am going to try to look at it without it, and we'll see what happens. All right. Okay, here's the cover. Unfairy like slingshotters murmured. What is that? Yeah, I don't care. Go back. Now see, here's the problem is I would like to go back to, let me see, I go beginning. Yeah, see, it won't take me to a table of contents, but that's okay. I think that'll be fine. It's not that major an issue for me. Maybe huge to you. This is actually all still going to work. So next, I got to go through every page, and I don't like that that's gone on to a second page, but let's see what that does. All right, so that is all looking pretty good. All right, and we just keep going. Did I miss something here? Hang on a second. Go to beginning. I go boom. Oh, it is all there. Okay, I just skipped it all. That's all right. Uh, I don't. Why is that supposed to be like that? Let's open our thing real quick and take a look. I thought that was supposed to be one. Oh, that's right. Okay. So I tried to make this on one page for Kindle. I think I did. Page format usage, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, see, it is on one page. Why is it giving me that blank page? But the problem is with Kindle, you can never tell how that's going to format itself, right? That's one of the things I mentioned about Kindle. So I'm going to go through the entire document and make sure that all my pages look correct, right? I don't want to find like all of a sudden this just cuts off right here and then everything else is blank. And that happens sometimes. Sometimes you get weird formatting issues. So we're going to pause this video again while I check these 300 pages. Be back. Okay. And so I'm done. I've gone through this whole thing and it all looks good. I don't like that hyphenates there, but what are you going to, I don't care that much. Um, we're going to tell it found these quality. It found no image issues. It found three spelling issues, but these really aren't misspelled. I don't know about murmured if that's misspelled, but I can deal with one. These are not. I made those words up. So we're going to tell it to ignore them. Now, here's the thing. If you find a problem, basically you got to go fix it in your document, re-upload it, and then I'm telling you, please go through the entire document again, not just the part that you fix. Go through the whole thing because sometimes changing one formatting issue can cause others. So we're going to tell it ignore all. All right. And where do I go? Where do I click to continue? Is it that? Quality? Um, quality? What are you doing? Oh, that just removes that. Come on, where do I? Oh, back. Okay. So that's good. As soon as it goes back. There we go. All right. We're happy with it the way it is. By the way, I'm pretty sure you have to go through here. Maybe not. I'm not certain you do, but you need to. ISBN, I'm not putting it in ISBN because they will add one for me. So notice it says optional. Again, ebooks, I don't put ISBNs in there. There we can put here, Minor Joy Studios. I don't think it really matters. Publications. All right. I don't think it's going to actually use it because the publisher, since I'm using their ISBN, is going to show it as being Amazon, and that's what happens when you take one of their freebies, and that's true with the paperback too. Um, Now, very important to understand this with ISBNs because a lot of people are very confused and they think that if you take an Amazon free ISBN, that that means Amazon has rights to your book, they own you. It's not true. The only effect is it's going to show up as having been published by Amazon. That's it. They don't own a single right to your book. You still retain all rights, and blah, 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 blah. Okay. I just want to make sure I make that clear because a lot of people are confused by it. So that's good. So we go save and continue. All right. So that's complete. That's complete. Let's do processing, pricing. So this is one that really gets people. What should I price my book? All territories, worldwide rights. And that basically means I'm just going to tell it, publish it everywhere that Amazon has a specific site for, right? And you can see those. They're here. Blah, blah, blah. They're all here, right? So, um, uh, my primary is Amazon.com. Now, here you go. This is where you decide whether or not you want to be on select, okay? Do you want 35%? And that means you're not joining. It probably even says this. Nah, I don't see it. Okay. Do you want 35% of the profits when one of these gets sold, or do you want 70% of the profits when one of these gets sold? This, again, only applies to ebooks. Again, what that basically means is if you decide you want to publish it on Amazon and other places, you're only going to get 35% of the profits. If you decide you will only publish it on Amazon, you get 70%. And that's what we're hitting, 70%. Okay. Now, it will fill in the rest, but what do I want to be? Okay, so if you want to be part of the Select program and get those 70% profits and the other benefits I mentioned, you have to put it in for at least 299, and it looks like no more than 999 if I'm not wrong. I usually put them in at 299, but you know what? I'm feeling more confident. And one of my things was, well, just put it for 299 so I get the select stuff and I'm already getting 70% and more people will buy it at 299 than 499 or whatever. But I think that's kind of ripping me off, right? If I do it for 299. I actually have been meaning to go back and reprice those other books, which you can do at any time. I'm going to change this, I think, to 499, which I think is pretty fair, right? And there it goes. It resets all these prices based on what you put there. So, and it shows me. So on my royalties, 70%, I'm going to get 344, right? Per book, per ebook I sell. Whereas had I gone with 35%, I would be getting $1.75 off of all of those. So change it to 4.99. Now, if I click this button, boom, within 72 hours, it will publish it. I don't want to do that yet, so I'm going to save as draft. Now, the reason I don't want to do this just yet, is, that's, don't get rid of that. The reason I don't want to do it right now is because I want it to I want to publish my ebook and my paperback at the same time. And I'm going to submit with the paperback, and you'll see when we get there, I'm going to submit the stuff to be published, And then once it's all set up, I'm going to ask it to send me a copy, a hard copy, and they will send you a copy of one of your books. Um, and I think maybe that you only pay shipping. You're not allowed to sell those books, and they have a big line across it that says not for resale. Um, but I need to do this because I need to actually see it in hand and make sure my margins all look good. Sometimes what you see in the previewer doesn't look quite what you get. Make sure I like the cover. One time, my first book, I told it to print it with a matte um, uh, cover, and I got it, and it felt weird, and it left lots of fingerprints. So then I redid the whole thing and told it to send me a glossy, and then I had it send me another book to make sure I liked that one. One time I found out my margins were all fucked up. So once I know I'm happy with my paperback, then I will tell it to publish both. Okay, and this says link existing paperback, but if you do that, what am I trying to say? Uh, I think that's if there were an existing paperback, I could tell it to link. However, in general, it will figure out when it takes a few days, but when you publish the ebook and you publish the paperback, it'll eventually realize, oh, they're the same book, and it will link them. And if not, I guess you can come here manually. So let's see, I've never done it from Create Paperback. I've usually listed them. So let's see what this does. Okay, great. I guess do I still get to upload my content stuff? Yeah, looks it. Okay, so Penny Driffle, here's what's nice is it looks like it saved a lot of my stuff and I don't have to, look at that. That's fucked up. Hadn't it? Did it? No, didn't. I don't know why I thought it had that. Maybe does it not need? No. Uh, okay. Oh, time span should be. Let's do that. Okay, we'll have to go back and fix that later on the other thing, but that's okay. Right now, we're going to leave it. And that's good. I own it. It remembers all my stuff. No, it's not adult only. It's got my ages there. You want to double check this shit just to make sure. Okay, now we're going to choose categories. And it wants to know, is this a low content book? Low content book is if you published a blank notebook or maybe a diary, right, for people to buy and use as a diary. That's low content. Doesn't really have anything in it except maybe line pages. Or is it a large print book, right? In other words, you want your content to be very large for people who are blind like me. Um, we'll say no. So, but we are going to choose our categories. We're going to go to the same categories we chose before, which was young, teen and young adult. Uh, select it was, I want to say it was science fiction and fantasy, and then we went action adventure, uh, wizards and that and the like. And there was one other one we did. I don't remember what it was. I guess we can go to general fantasy. I could put alternative history, but I don't know if anybody's looking for that shit. It's not coming of age or contemporary. I mean, it is contemporary, but we'll just put general. Okay. Put those in, save categories. That's basically where it's going to look. So, or where, so for instance, I've got all the way down to action adventure under fantasy, right? Uh, it will, depending on how many I sell, it might say, oh, you're the thousandth, you're at the thousandth most sold book or whatever. Um, and my number under Wizards and Witches is going to be higher than General because General is every fantasy book for young teens. Right now, I'm going up against everyone, whereas Wizards and Witches, I'm only going up against that hack J.K. Rowling. No, I'm just kidding about that. Okay, so and yep, we're going to keep all of that. All right, and here we go again with our content. Oh, no, I forgot this part. We're going to use our own ISBN. So I've got that here someplace. There, there, there. there. Where is it? Here it is. See? And I gotta try to remember what my imprint is. So your imprint is your publishing company name. Has to be exactly as the name I've assigned to that ISBN, or it'll give an error. And I think it's Minor Joy Studios. I don't even think it's publishing. I think it's just Minor Joy Studios. Let's see what happens if I put publishing. Oh, as I said, what happened? Oh, oh, yeah, that's all. That is the name. Okay, that's as far as it will let me go. Okay, next, set publication date. Enter when it will be blank if you're publishing for first time, which is what we're doing. All right, now what type of pages do we want? Well, there's the white, there's cream. I had put cream before, but we're going to go with white, I think is what we want. We'll go with that. That's standard. Some of these might cost you more. Oh, it looks like, does it actually change weight? Typical for fiction memoirs, typical for nonfiction. Yeah, let's go with that then, cream. I think that's what I usually use, I want to say. Now, if you go standard color, does it, yeah, see it starts changing. You only have so many page counts you can go with. Does a lot more, and it's going to cost you more. Yeah, more affordable options for you if you go premium color, and then it gets more expensive. So, but that's what we're doing. All right, 6 by 9, no. We're going to select 5 by 8 is what we want. Uh, no bleed, I think, and glossy. I hate those mats as I explained. So upload paperback, and we go back to PD publish, go to paperback, put that in there, and that guy's going to upload. Oh, now here's the thing I forgot about. Upload a cover you already have. It doesn't take JPEGs for whatever reason. It only takes PDFs. And it's interesting. The PDF has to, the picture has to completely follow the PDF, and that doesn't always happen. But I actually use Adobe PDF, so I'll go like, I think this will do it. I'll go Adobe Acrobat Pro is what I use. All right, and then um, create PDF from a file. And where is it? No, it's not under downloads. It's under blah. Let's go to this PC D trash. I think this will work. PD publish, paperback, and there's my cover. Okay, and then we'll save it. File, save, save, and we're going to save it. Yep, right in there. Now I think that is covering the entire thing. If you do something, you've got margins in there, it's not going to accept it. And this is where most people get errors let's just open up, double check it. All right, it looks to me like it's going to work. Hopefully we don't get, this is where most people have their problems with uploading their stuff is on the cover. So we've got our PDF file ready, upload it, paperback. Let's see if it accepts it. Okay. So one thing while this is, oh, is it done? Yeah, we got to do the preview. So, oh, it's still processing. Okay. Knows this box though. Does it include a barcode? Remember, we were talking about adding barcodes. If you don't have a barcode, it's Amazon's just going to add one. But if you put, it does include a barcode. Um, it will double check to make sure your barcode's there, right? Here's a problem. If you don't check that box that say yes, it has a barcode, they will put a barcode on top of your barcode and fuck it up. All right, we're going to take a break here while this all processes, see if we get any errors. Okay, so amazingly, we did not get any errors. It's all uploaded. Um, we didn't get anything that stopped us. Now, we may, when we launch the preview, or we may see an error of something we've got to fix, but we'll see. And by the way, these, I wasn't sure with the ebook, but these definitely make you go through the previews because you got to approve your changes. I think it must be in the ebook as well. So let's launch it and see what we got. So on the last one, we're trying to make sure that our headings look correct, our chapter titles look correct, our table of contents look correct. See, it says, okay, it looks like it's telling me I don't have enough gutter, probably because that right there. All right, so let me see, require at least 0.5 for the gutter inside margin and at least 0.25 for the outside margin. Ah, see, here's the gutter and I'm crossing into it, which means we got to fix that. So I'm going to go fix my gutters and then we'll come back to this. No point in checking any further. Okay, we're back. So it's 2 days later. Took me 2 days to fix all that formatting stuff. And I've come to a realization, which kind of sucks since I've already done all of these videos using Google Docs. There's a lot I like about Google Docs, but there are certain things it just still doesn't have. Um, it doesn't do mirror margins. Mirror margins are something important you want to use because they basically they make sure whatever your margin is on the left side is also going to be on the right side, and that's on the interior part of your margin. I should have said on the right side, also the left side. The whole point to it is that it allows you to, as you're reading the book, if you don't mirror those margins, first, your text is going to look a little weird. But secondly, as you get deeper into the book, it starts getting harder to see the some of your words because they get stuck down in the margin. So you create that gutter, and then you mirror it. The gutter, as you saw, was really what started the problem. Was that we couldn't do a gutter in Google Docs, and so it doesn't do mirror margins, it doesn't do guttering, and because of that, I had to pull the document and drop it into Microsoft Word to complete my to add that gutter and margins, and that's what was screwing it up. And for some reason, the Google Docs formatting for sections was really throwing Word for a loop. And it was creating blank pages and blank pages that would show up if when I uploaded it, but they didn't actually show in the document. It just skipped pages. It was really screwed up. And so it took me a long time to get all that fixed. And I wound up having to remove all those sections. And so, the one thing I'm doing here that I said you shouldn't do is I've had to leave page numbering on the blank pages I had to add. Remember, we added blank pages so that our chapters always started on the right. Normally, you wouldn't number those pages, but because my sections were so screwed up, even removing them all and trying to put them back on, it just wasn't working. It was creating terrible formatting issues. So Unfortunately, I had to leave the page numbers on the blank pages as well. It's only like, 6, 7 pages out of a 300-page book, so it's not that big a deal. Aesthetically, I don't like it. It's going to drive me crazy, but probably none of my readers will even notice or care. Um, and what that means is, I think on my new book that I'm working on now, I think I'm just going to drop Google Docs and work just consistently in Word. And again, I hate doing that because I like a lot about Google Docs, but for some reason they just don't want to add those two things. And in my research, people have been asking for these features for years, and Google just doesn't seem to want to do it. And it's very unfortunate because it really stops Google Docs from being a good tool for authors. So the other unfortunate thing is all of these tutorials I've done so far have been using Google Docs, but that's okay. When I'm ready to publish my next book, I will redo them again with Word, which I think most people use, and that'll cover any new things or that have happened, in the last year and a half. Um, by the time I'm ready to publish. Okay. Anyway, that's that. I thought you guys should know that. However, I have fixed my manuscript as much as I can. I've gotten it uploaded. It looks good. It looks really good, except for this stupid page numbering thing. Now we go back to the launch previewer, and I know I'm having another error here on the book cover, and I want you guys to see this because this is probably the most common error that I've seen for publishers once they upload is that their book, the cover size is wrong. Okay, so let's, and it tells you right here the cover, and this error just throws people. It's expected at this size, but the submitted size was that. So let's fix that. We're going to just grab a copy of that, throw that in our document. Let's just start a new one so you don't have to see my review. There you go. Okay. So, and we can come back here. All right. Now let's open up our cover in Photoshop. So we'll go to my folder first of all, paperback. There's the cover. We're going to call this, there's the one we're currently using. We're going to call it old. If you change that extension like that, then we won't make any mistake in accidentally using it. And then if I go, oh no, I want the original cover, I can just remove that old and it'll be fine. Now we need to go get our where is that? I think is it in here? No, it's not. I think it's online is where we have it. So let's go to Google Drive. My drive, get down to writing, get to Penny Dreadful, go to cover, and we want the 7.4 full final. We want a copy of that, so we're just going to copy that, copy, and we're going to throw that over here, just so it's handy. Okay, and let's open that up. So you're not going to have to do all that copying. You'll just take your Photoshop or GIMP file and just start it. Okay, so here we go. So it doesn't like the size. We need to resize it. Okay, so let's get our message back up and all right, we want to be 11.023. Copy that, and we're going to go to image, and where do we adjust image size? Okay, and so we're going to, let me see, was that inches or pixels? That's image pixels, I think. Yeah, see, that's exactly what it said it was, right? 1094, 10.9. well, 963, it's close enough. Okay. Uh, First thing, make sure you don't have scale styles, or I'm sorry, constrained proportions. If you do that, it's never going to let you set it to what you want. So we're going to change that, Control V, and then let's get the other one, 8.250, Control C, put that right there. Okay, we hit OK, and once that's got it, let's um, we're not going to save the PSD yet because we want to make sure this is working first. We're going to save it as a JPEG, PD cover, full final, and let's just throw CTM on top of that. I like to put my initials in front of these, and I forgot to do it last time. Okay, save, okay. Now, let's go ahead and re-upload this. Oh, shoot, remember we got to do it as a PDF. I forgot that. Let me see how we're doing that. Bring this back up. No, brought up Adobe PDF. There we go. Yeah, I forgot. We want this to be in file. Whoop, file. Create. Where is it? It's easier right here. Create PDF file. Let's make sure we can see these. There we go. Okay. There we go. Do we need to save that? I think it's saved, but yeah, it's not. So we'll save that. Okay. Now that we got that, let's double check our work. Right? Always double check our work. Where's PDF? CTM. Where is it? There it is. No. Just, all right, yeah, it's fine. And it looks good. Okay. Close that. Now, let's go back. Let's load that up. Upload our cover file. And then, if this is working correctly, and it isn't often that it is, then we shouldn't have any more errors. We should be ready to tell it to publish. So we're going to give it a break while that is loading up and processing, and I'll be right back. And we're back. All right. Well, let's go see how that worked. Come on. Fingers crossed, everybody. And look at that. All done. And I'm telling you, that is the biggest issue I see self-publishers have. I see in the groups all the time. They're always uh, throwing that up. Hey, I keep getting this error. I keep getting this error. Why? And that's why. And by the way, remember I said it adds a barcode? There's my barcode it added. Okay, fucking great. No more errors. I'm happy with my manuscript. I'll show you what I meant. If we go, everything's showing up on the side I want it to, and nothing is extending over the sides. Um, oh, by the way, on my, I actually fixed remember we were getting that table of contents error on the Kindle version. I fixed that basically by redoing the table of contents through Word, and it looks better too. The other one out of Google Docs, it just looked kind of crowded. I didn't really like it. Anyway, you notice all my shit's going aside. Let me find one of those blank pages. I'll show you what I mean. As far as the numbering, at least the page numbering is only on the body of the book part, right? I don't have it at the beginning, so at least I got that. I don't know why that one. And at the end, the one worked where the section for when I start about the author, that one worked. Why none of the ones in the middle worked, I don't know. But here's the results. Let me find one. There's one. So you see I got page 4 here on this blank page, and I shouldn't. This page should be starting with page 4. It's just a little aesthetic thing. And like I said, I don't like it, but most people aren't going to know. Okay, so we're happy. We go ahead and we approve it. Bloop. Okay, have a drink of my coffee. All right, and this is done. So we go down to the bottom and we save and continue. Oh, by the way, this tells you how much it's going to cost. Remember, I told you you won't really know what you're going to charge on the Kindle version. You can just make up whatever you want as long as it's between $2.99 and $9.99. But on the on your book, because they actually have to print one, right? This is print on demand. Because of that, you have to wait to see how much it's going to cost to print your book before you know how much you can charge for it, okay? And you can see the printing cost is $4.71 in American dollars, and here's the various prices it's going to cost. Look, Australia, Jesus Christ, 10 bucks. All right, we save and continue, and now we're going to set our price. 471. All right, so what's a good price here? We want all territory worldwide. Amazon is my primary. Okay, so it said it was 471. Let's put that in the doc so we don't forget. So 471 is our cost. Now, how much you charge? That's always the hard part to figure out, isn't it? And to me, I really think I would go with, for this book, 471. If I go 899, I think maybe 899. You know, you could go 999, but that's what a lot of places are going with. And Stephen King. I mean, his paperbacks are probably. Let's go look and see, right? Let's take a look. Let's go to Amazon. Oh, let's look up some books here. Come on. Let's just look up Harry Potter. It's kind of the same age range. It's a little bit older, maybe. Harry Potter books. And let's see, what are they charging for paperback? Harry Potter book one. That's Audible paperback. That's a full set. It's hardcover. But if you pull up the hardcover, and I realize I'm not Harry Potter, but what are you gonna do? There you go. See, they're only charging $5.96. But I don't even have the choice to do it that low because if you go back to my page, you can tell me I have to charge at least 785. Um, they basically tell you what. All right. So what else? 785. Let's look up. What's another let's look up young adult fantasy books. This is always the part people ask about. How much do I charge for my book? And they often go too much. So there's that one's 15.95. Here you go. Ages 12 and up. Let's take a look here. I know that's this Kindle version, but we'll switch to paperback. They're charging 18.99. How many pages they got on this thing? Blah, blah, blah. Where's the details? Here we go. Usually it shows what your page number is. There you go, 356. I mean, it's not too far from mine. So, um, I don't know if to say, oh, no, well, it says USA Today best-selling author. So he's best-selling. But really, usually I would think best-selling authors, their books would be cheaper because they're selling so many more, right? I will probably not sell as many paperbacks as I will ebooks. Anyway, okay. So that's fine. We did our little bit of research, and you can research further on your stuff if you want. So 785. Do I want 899 or 999? Let's see. Um, I think I'm going to go 899. And this will tell you what I make. See, at 899, I'm only making 69 cents per royalty on each book. That's not a lot. Let's see if we go 9.99. All right, at least I'm making $1.29. We're gonna go with 9.99. Um, I would recommend, if you can at all help it, not to go more. Now, again, it depends on how many pages you have, whether you're doing colored, you have lots of pictures, what's the size of your book. Are you doing specialty printing like on white pages instead of cream? Doing the anyway, any of that will change the price. You can't go by what I'm getting here for to your book. You can't compare them. Um, so okay, 90.99, and we want to do expanded distribution. And the reason, oh, what is that? Oh man, if I do expanded, I gotta go to 1177. That seems. Let's see if I put 1177. That seems like much. 1177. I get 235 royalty here, which is nice. Um, But look on the expanded distribution, which is it means basically they can order large book distributors can make them available to all these other online. I like the royalty, but I just feel like 1177 is a lot of money for a book. Um, and even if I make it that, look, I'm still not getting a royalty off of. I'd have to go higher, right? I'd have to go like, let's say I go 13. Right? And then I'm getting 80 cents in expanded, and you only get it in two marketplaces. You get it in the US and you get it in the UK. I just feel like that's too much. If I go 1099, let's get rid of expanded. I'm not going to do that because honestly, the likelihood is nobody is going to uh, send mine. That's $1.89. I like that a little bit more. But then people look at it and that extra dollar, is it worth it? If I go back to 9.99, I'm going to go with that, right? So, I mean, the only thing at the higher price, 10.99, I'm getting an additional, what was it? It was like $1.89 or so. So I'm only getting another what 60 70 cents 60 cents more royalty, but it's the idea. People look and see the price, 9.99, it's under $10. 10.99, it's over $10, and that's people's mindset, the way they look. And uh anyway, I like to try to keep it under $10 when I can. Now, I'll tell you, like I have a larger book. It's an anthology, Dirty Little Secrets, and that was in a trade size. I want to say it was like 6 by 9, or maybe even a little bit larger, and that was uh, I wound up having to go $15 in order to make any profit on that one. So okay, but this one I didn't sell a whole lot. I sold them when I would buy it at my cost and then go sell it for a little bit cheaper at conventions and stuff. So, but when people are just getting on, they're like, "Who's this Chris Minori guy?" Some people know, but most people don't. And are they willing to spend $12 on your book, right? So we're gonna go 99.99. I think that's a good price. We're happy. Now, let's save as draft. We do not want to publish yet. Don't publish. And this is why we also didn't publish the Kindle one yet, because I want to publish them both at the same time. You want a proof. okay? And it will give you a copy of your book, and you can make sure that it looks good because sometimes looking at the two reasons. Sometimes looking at that previewer, you see it, but those dotted lines kind of throw you, and you don't know exactly how it's going to look until you have it in your hand. And then, secondly, sometimes Amazon makes mistakes, and you want to make sure that they are printing a good copy. So let's go request our proof. Okay, we just want one. Uh, what is that? Please select the marketplace. Well, Amazon.com, I guess. Um, Submit proof request. You can order up to 5 copies. You can't sell these. Yeah, see, it has a watermark across the cover. It says not for resale. So, and we only pay our printing costs. So let's submit our proof request. Confirm within 4 hours. I'll set up a proof copy. We'll receive thing to complete it. Basically, it'll come back and say, where do you want it sent and how are you paying, right? So confirm that. All right, and that's it for now. We're going to wait. We haven't published anything, but we've got them all ready. One button for each one will now publish it. But you got to bide your time. So I got to wait for the proof. Normally, so first I got to wait for the request to come in and be approved. And I'm not going to do part of a video on that, right? It will come to you. It's very self-explanatory. And then I'll have to wait for the proof to come to me. And normally that would take 5 to 7 days, but because I live in Panama, it takes a few extra days to get to me here. So it could be as much as 10 to 14 days before I get my book back. And until then, you just bide your time and keep working on your new book. um, and I'm not going to publish this video yet. We're going to wait until we get the proof just so that if there's problems, I can show you and see. So, okay, that's it for right now, and we'll talk to you in a couple weeks. Bye. All right, so we're back. Just so you got your time straight, it's now 11 days later. I think 11 days later, maybe 12. It's taken that long for my book to get here, the proof to get here. Uh, Part of that length is because, like I said, I live in Panama, so not only does it have to get shipped to Florida, basically, I have a kind of a pretend Florida email address, but then they have to send it to me, and that adds on another 5 days or so. So, figure for you guys, it'll take anywhere from 5 to 7 days to get your proof. Now, a couple things. So, first of all, here it is, and I hope I'm doing this where you can see it. um, Came out, looks pretty good. But I can, and you notice this gray line across here and across the back. It says not for resale. That's because it's your proof. You're not really supposed to sell those. Of course, I won't sell it. It's kind of a neat thing to keep. Um, my wife says, "Oh, once you make some changes, it'll be your special edition," and she's right. So, I'll just keep this one. But obviously, when you put it up to be published, it's not going to have that line. So, a couple things I'm immediately noticing. First of all, the cover looks great. Kind of sucks on the back. I don't know if you can see this again. I don't know if I'm holding it where you can see it. Hopefully, I am. Um, but it's got the barcode, and it just sucks. And I forgot that was going to be there, but to me, it sucks because I've got this shadow going through, coming out across the spine, and then coming here and becoming the key, and you just kind of barely see where it's connecting because the barcode's there. There's nothing you can do. You have to put a barcode on it. Amazon's going to make you do it. So nothing you can do about that. Something else I noticed, if you can see this, my margin's a little close here on the back cover. I think I'm going to move that over just a little bit. If I look if I look inside, actually most of it looks pretty good. Um, First thing I would do is I'm going to pop open the book to the center because I want to see how's that center margin, right? Can we read everything? And we can. It looks really good. So that's perfect. I'm not going to have to fuck with the margins. Actually, I do that on one book. Oh, look at that. Larry's happy. All right. um, I had one book that when I got the proof, the margins were so thin. I'm like, oh God. I mean, the margins were huge. And so I had to adjust that and fix it, send it back, and then get a new proof, right? I'm not going to worry. I've got some real small changes. So, for instance, in my dedication, my wife mentioned this because she thought it was funny, but I said she was my bullshit detector. And it's a children's book, right? That'd be perfect in one of my other books, but I don't want to curse in this. I went well out of my way not to curse on in the book, so I certainly don't want to then curse there. A couple other things. I don't know if you can tell, but the epilogue on the table of contents is a little bit raised off the line there, and I had a weird issue with that. I thought I had fixed. It looks not. I'm going to do it again. Also, you notice I've got a space between that line. That's how I want it, but I didn't do that on every single one of them. So I'm going to fix that. And then I still got to go through every single page and just make sure they look correctly. They're all showing up on the correct side of the book. Um, and yeah, and that's it. So I'm going to go do that. And when I come back, you're not going to see my giant face anymore. You're just going to see me in that little postage stamp again. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make these changes. Then I'm going to re-upload everything so you're not sitting there. You've already seen how to do that. And then finally, we'll get back together and we're going to hit that publish button. So excited. Okay, we'll be back in a mo. Okay, folks. Last bit, and then we're done. So, went through the whole book. I made my few changes. Now here's the thing. I just want to reiterate: if you make any major changes, you really want to go ahead and do a new proof, right? But as for me, I just did a few small changes, and it was fine. So I'm not going to do a new proof. I'm just going to go ahead and publish it. So now let's go and do that. So start with paperback. Come on, bitch. Start with paperback. There we go. And just let's double check everything. Book title's right. Is it? Yeah. Book title's right. There was a change I want to do here. I want to change that. There's no hyphen in somewhat. Okay. What does that say? Oh, look at that. Should change that on my. I don't care. It's not that big a deal. Go, go, go. 8 to 18 plus. Do it on Amazon. There's my keywords. Go to the next step. I've already come in and re-uploaded my stuff. Let's just make sure. Yeah, that all looks good. Save and continue. I don't have to launch the preview, or I've already done that. Remember when with paperback, you don't have to do it with ebook unless you want to. But with paperback, anytime you send a new update, you have to launch a preview and approve it again. I've already done that. So save and continue. All right. All territories, Amazon. There's our pricing. There's all our pricing. And here we go, folks. Publish. All right. Now, what it tells you is they're going to review the book. If it passes their review, and it should, it can take up to 72 hours. So it'll be about 3 days, up to 3 days. I think I've had it in less than a day, and occasionally I've had it up to 5. So we're just going to have to wait. We go done, done. All right. Now, And you see now paperback is switched from draft to in review. Now we're going to do our Kindle book. And yeah, we know, oh, except we're going to change this again and change that. And just so you know, I did change this somewhat on my paperback. I did not change time span because I didn't realize that, but I don't care. It's so small and I don't want to go through it all again. All right, and there we go. And we were not, it's ready to publish now. So we do save and continue. And we've already, like I said, I've already uploaded all this stuff. I don't have to worry. We're not putting an ISBN because you don't really need an ISBN for your ebooks. So save and continue. All right. Oh, look at what I forgot. I forgot to enroll it in KDP Select. Remember, you want to do that because so with KDP Select, oh gosh, I'm glad I caught that. With KDB Select, that is where you can, if you want, do this monthly subscription, and I think it costs about $10 or $15, and they have a shit ton of books that you can read. You can read as many as you want without paying any extra. And honestly, that's where I make a lot of money. I get royalties on that nearly every month. So and remember, in order to enroll in KDP Select, you have to only you have to exclusively sell it on Amazon. Um, all right, that's good. That that seems weird. Why is that 400? Oh, I guess that's it's 409 in real. Oh, that's huge. Okay, so and here we go. Now this also says it'll take up to 72 hours for it to be available. Most likely this will be available before the paperback is. And when it's available, I won't start advertising it until both of them are available. And then once that happens, then I start advertising. Now, the way it used to work, and I don't know if it still works that way, but when it first uploads, they are kind of on Amazon separately. Not when it uploads, when it first goes on sale and publishes, they go on separately. If you go to the paperback, you won't see the Kindle. If you go to Kindle, you won't see the paperback. However, give it a week or two, and then Amazon will combine the two, and then you'll have it all on one link. So that's great. Folks, we're done. If you've been following along with your own book, then you're now waiting for it to be published. I'm so proud of you. And I'm going to wait about a month. Once it's been published, I'm going to wait a month, and then I'm going to start getting it turned into an audiobook. And we'll do another video when we get to that point, okay? Until then, sorry, I know this was a super long video, but there was so much stuff to do here. This is just the biggest step. And so that's it for now, kids. Bye.